The thoroughbred is a magnificent animal, bred for speed, bred to compete, the sport of kings.
Wow, West Coast has it by 6.
It's the all-new Let's Go Racing from Parks Casino and Racetrack. It's action-packed and fun for the entire family.
3 of them are right together with 1 furlong to go.
Let's Go Racing is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association. It's fun to see them run.
A very pleasant good morning, racing fans, and welcome here to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing. The pandemic season shut down most of the stakes races here at Parks, but there was one left this past Monday. It was the Pennsylvania Nursery, 2-year-olds at 7/8 for $80,000. Our national coverage takes us up to Aqueduct. Just 6 weeks ago, trainer Danny Velasquez went to Belmont Park and captured 2 stake races. Could he do it again at the Grade 2 Remsen? We'll also have coverage of the Grade 1 Cigar Mile. We'll head west for the Starlet from Los Alamitos, and additional coverage, of course, from Aqueduct as well, all coming up over the next 30 minutes here on Let's Go Racing. Hi, everybody. Keith Jones down at the beautiful first floor, and Mr. Eclipse over here, Dick Girardi. And Dick, one thing I want to touch on at the top of the show, we talked about the jockey and trainer standings here at Parks, the shortened season. You mentioned Jamie Ness just a couple of weeks ago, topping the 100 win mark in a shortened season. Dick, he is more than 2-1 ahead of the next place. Joe Taylor right now is second with 48 wins, and Jamie has 100.
Well, look, when Jamie came out of the box, when we came back, all of his horses were winning, and I called him. I said, what did you do? He says, I never stopped training him. A lot of guys stopped. Took their horses a while to get back. Jamie had a head start, and once he got ahead, he never stopped.
And it's just been such a dominating year for Jamie, and of course with that tremendous win percentage. And on the top of the jockey standings, of course, Michael Sanchez and Frankie Pennington, a dead heat last time. But with Ruben Silvera, the regular rider from Jamie Ness, you would think he'd be atop the jockey standings, but no. Michael is ahead. He's going to win another jockey championship, and that just tells you how good a year Michael Sanchez has had.
Hey, look, Michael is here and doing really well. But there's going to come a time where an agent or somebody, I know Joe Hampshire has him now, is going to call him and go, hey, you want to go to New York. He's that good.
Well, Dick, as I mentioned just a couple of moments ago, most of the stake season got canceled because of the pandemic year, but we did have, of course, the PA Day at the races with the stake races that day, and this past Monday they rescheduled it. It was the Pennsylvania Nursery, a big field of Pennsylvania-bred 2-year-olds.
Yeah, and it was 17 years ago, Keith? 17 years ago when he called Smarty Jones winning this race?
Yep.
That's hard to believe.
What, I mean, just a dazzling, dazzling performance. Dick, I'll never forget looking up after he passed the half, we ran the half mile.
44 and change.
Effortlessly. He wasn't even trying, and it was 44 and change. It was like, wow.
Who is this?
Oh, yeah. Then you're expecting him to come back to the field. No, he continues to draw out in what was just an unbelievable performance. But, Dick, let's take a look at the 2020 Pennsylvania Nursery here in our first segment. We had a big gate full here of 12, going 7/8 for $80,000. Number 10, Like a Salt Shaker, ended up getting bet down to 2-1 for trainer Larry Ravelli. Ruben Silvera was aboard. Dick, 2 starts back, he'd won a stake at Presque Isle, and almost, last time out, went up to Belmont Park and won a stake on the grass there at 15-1, almost.
So the question for Like a Salt Shaker is, what about the dirt?
Yeah.
Hasn't been on it. 3 times on the Tapeta at Presque Isle, once on the turf, and yet the fans said favored.
Yeah, in this kind of a field, you're going to take 2-1 on a question like that. The second choice, number 12, Kidnapped, is 5-2 for trainer John Service. Frankie Pennington riding for John here. Now, Kidnapped is coming off back-to-back starts on yielding turf at both Pimlico and Belmont Park, so he's going to shorten back up in distance. He's going to be back on the main track, and 5-2 is the price.
And his dirt races were solid, so it wasn't like he didn't have good form, blinkers on. Obviously, the trainer has won this race before.
Well, Dick, let's take a look at the 2020 Pennsylvania Nursery. A great stretch run. Just a Thought gets to the front. Artistic Endeavor is alongside second. They're followed closely by Baron third. Then it's about 2.5 to Plain Drunk in fourth. Artistic Endeavor moving through down at the inside to be fifth. On the outside, Frank and Ducky. Extreme outside, Troubled Ocean. Classic American is in between horses, only about 3.5 lengths behind. So half mile to go now in the Pennsylvania Nursery. Just a Thought leading 3/4 of a length. Barrett is 3 deep as second. Nice Ace trying to stay with those 2 between horses. Artistic Endeavor moves up at the inside from fourth. Classic American is 3 wide at the 3/8 racing fifth. Kidnapped making a strong run down at the inside of horses. Kidnapped going to be a big threat here with 5/16 to go. On the outside, Like a Salt Shaker making no headway from about 6 lengths out of it. But as they approach the top of the stretch, the tussle joined here between Just a Thought and Baron. Just a Thought on the inside, Baron on the outside there, head-to-head coming off the turn. Kidnapped driving at those 2 on the outside now. Artistic Endeavor try to get out for running room. On the outside, here comes the late bid now from Fires Finale. Fires Finale, strong late run. Fires Finale coming fast. Final 16th. Fires Finale kidnapped. Fires Finale gets the lead. Fires Finale with a strong stretch run to win it. We'll take a huge late charge here by number 1, Fires Finale, who was last with a half mile to go. Kicks in with a huge run for trainer Kelly Breen with Michael Sanchez on board. Gets past Kidnap late to go on to win it by a length. Pays $25.80 to win. Kidnap settles for second. Number 3, Just a Thought, also out of the John Service Barn, part of a pace duel, does hold on for third. Dick, Fires Finale, Kelly Breen. This horse took a little while to break his maiden, took some time off, came back to work at Belmont Park. Dick, that last work on November the 25th, a 2-year-old was first of 92. That is a serious work coming into this race.
That was suggesting something, and of course, Michael, with the well-timed ride, he's had an incredible year, as you said, Keith, coming from last to time it just perfectly, wins by a length at the wire.
And who was next to last in the run down the
the
backstretch?
horse that finished second. It was your classic next to last and last, run 1-2.
So Fires Finale takes the 2020 Pennsylvania Nursery. Here's more with winning jockey Michael Sanchez.
Michael, how far back were you? I didn't even see you early in the race.
I think I was probably 12, 14 back.
Okay.
All his races, if they're being like that, and I talked to Kelly, I saw all the replays, I was pretty confident, and there was a lot of speed, and everybody showed speed, so when I saw everybody fighting for the lead, I was pretty confident where I was.
So we're in December, we haven't had that many stakes races. It was only right for you to win this one, right?
Yes.
Given the year you're having?
Yes, I mean, I'm having a spectacular year. You know, I couldn't done it with all the help of everybody, my agent, trainers, and owners, so I do appreciate that.
Is this a horse you'd like to ride again? I mean, he looks like he's not finished winning yet.
Definitely, yeah. I think he's, still a baby, still learning, and I think he got plenty left in the tank. I mean, he finished really strong and galloped out nice, so.
When you see a weekend like last weekend, when you see Kendrick winning a Grade 1 up in New York, he's a guy you obviously rode with. What is that like to see? Is that you see yourself doing that sometime in the future?
Yes, I will. Yes, I mean, I got goosebumps right now, and and not just Kendrick. I love Kendrick and everything. Like any other jockeys, when you see them big races winning, I get goosebumps. I will love to be there one day.
Well, our congratulations to the connections of Fires Finale. Of course, Michael Sanchez with another big victory. It's time to head to our first break. We come back here on Let's Go Racing. If you like the Parks family, I think you're going to like our next segment. National coverage coming up next after this.
It is Brooklyn Strong who's giving chase in second.
If you want action and you want it now, you got to get the new Parks Racing mobile app. Wager and watch thoroughbred and harness racing from around the world. With the Parks Racing mobile app, it's easy to open and fund your account. Then place your wagers and cheer on your horse as they thunder down the stretch. With the Parks Racing mobile app, you'll easily make withdrawal requests, view the previous day's replays and results. Plus, open any new account now, and you'll be automatically enrolled in the Parks Rewards program. The more you wager, the more you earn. Get the new Parks Racing mobile app and get in on the action.
The Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association is the advocate for Parks Racing's horsemen and has worked hard to secure better lives for the hundreds of trainers and their families that work in the thoroughbred racing industry. Our horsemen benefit from medical coverage, trainer pension plans, and increased purses. Thanks to these horsemen, racing at Parks is the very best, providing entertainment for you and the entire family. The Pennsylvania Horsemen are proud to be part of the community and introduce a new generation of fans to the sport of kings.
Welcome back, everyone, to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing. Time to get to our national coverage. It's brought to you by Chapman Auto Group. Unless our emblem is on the back of your car or truck, you probably paid too much. We're going to head up to Aqueduct Dick and take a look at a big 2-year-old race. It's the Grade 2 Remsen, 9 furlongs for the 2-year-olds and a purse of $150,000. Number 5, 10 for 10, is the 6-5 favorite. He's the son of 2015 Pennsylvania Derby winner Frosted. Out of the Shug McGahee barn, Dick ran second last time out in the Grade 3 Nashua. And this is a sloppy racetrack. He ran big in the slop 2 starts back.
He did. Cost $410,000 at the prestigious Keeneland yearling sale. And he'll be up against a horse that really didn't cost that much, Keith.
No, and the horse you're talking about is number 3, Brooklyn Strong. And if you like Brooklyn Strong, you're going to get 7-1 at the windows. Trainer Danny Velasquez, he's the son of Wicked Strong. Improved in every race so far in his career as you look at his buyers, and then comes off a career best last time out in the Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah, he was great in the Sleepy Hollow. That was the day Danny won those back-to-back New York bred stakes on New York Showcase Day. And this horse cost $5,000 at the Ocala sale.
Right.
It was actually postponed from April to June. $5,000 against $410,000. Who do you like here, Keith?
6-5, 7-1. Well, let's get the call. Here's the Grade 2 Remsen.
10 for 10 in front by a length and a half. Pick and Time has moved off the rail, runs in second. Known Agenda is down at the rail and in third. Brooklyn Strong and Erewhon is at the back as these 5 2-year-olds head for the backstretch. It's 10 for 10. The leader here by a length and a quarter and ran the opening quarter mile in 23 and 3/5 seconds over the sloppy main track. And then it is Pickin' Time who's running in second. Known Agenda down at the rail. On the outside is Brooklyn Strong, and Erewhon is in between horses. They're midway up the backstretch. 10 for 10 leads now by 2 lengths, 2.5 lengths over Pickin' Time. Known Agenda down at the rail. The half went in 47 and 4. Brooklyn Strong on the outside in third, and then the long shot Erewhon as they pass the half-mile pole. It is 10 for 10 who continues to lead here, and the lead is a little more than 2 lengths. Brooklyn Strong moving up on the outside of Pickin' Time. Known Agenda down at the rail, and Erewhon. They're all chasing 10 for 10, who continues to lead. 10 for 10 ran 3/4 in 1:12 and 3, and now they're coming for the quarter pole. Jose Ortiz took a peek back. He's got a 3-length lead on 10 for 10. It is Brooklyn Strong who's giving chase in second. 10 for 10 with the lead into the lane with 3/16 to the finish. But here is Brooklyn Strong up on the outside to challenge. 10 for 10 on the inside, and Brooklyn Strong on the outside, and the two of them are heads apart for the lead with a 16 to the finish. Brooklyn Strong, 10 for 10. Brooklyn Strong and 10 for 10 battled it out to the finish, and it is the New York bred Brooklyn Strong.
Well, Dick, how about our man Danny Velasquez? You talk about on a roll. Here comes Brooklyn Strong. He engages 10 for 10 with about a furlong to go, and those two spread eagle the rest, and Brooklyn Strong wears down 10 for 10, gets up to win it by a neck, pays $16.20 to win. Your $5,000 horse just beat the $410,000 horse for our guy Danny Velasquez.
Indeed, it was interesting. Jose Ortiz had ridden Brooklyn Strong for Danny in the New York bred race. He chose to ride 10 for 10 for Shug, which I get. I mean, Shug is a regular client and all of that, but not bad to have Joel Rosario when you're in a stretch duel. And I've said this before, Keith, he is the strongest rider since Lafitte Pincott, and that's who he reminds me of when I watch him ride.
Okay, Dick, as we count it, Danny had 2 stakes wins at Belmont a couple of weeks ago. He has the Remsen on Saturday, comes back on Sunday at Aqueduct for the New York Stallion Stakes. This is the 2-year-old fillies for $250,000, and this time Danny has the favorite. It's number 11, Laubon on a Prayer, even money, and one that made it the miss last time out at Belmont Park, draws outside here, and again, even money for Danny V.
Yeah, and this was the New York Stallion Stakes, so we're talking New York breds here, so obviously an easier spot than the Remsen against Open. Kendrick Carmouche had ridden this filly for Danny when she won. He's back again on a day, Keith, where he is going to win the Aqueduct Fall Riding title.
Number 1, Great Destiny, the second choice here at 3-1 for trainer Christophe Clement. Career debut was a victory at a maiden special weight at Belmont Park. And Dick, we're going to jump for the maiden special weight company up into the New York Stallion Stakes Series.
Yeah, and Clement's going to win the Fall Trainers title, so he's had a great year. He's had a really good fall.
So Danny V, Laubon on a Prayer is even money. Could he do it again? Here's the call.
The favorite, Laubon on a Prayer, begins to move up in fourth. Passion is at the rail. Between horses is Viva la Liberty. Pop the Bubbly swings into action. Ms. Wicked. We come back to Shane's Pretty Lady. Athena Dancer. Great Destiny still at the back. Jill's a Hot Mess. 47 and 1 for the half. Laubon on a Prayer cruises up on her outside past the quarter pole. It's still Jill's a Hot Mess. Laubon on a Prayer grabs the lead right there with 3/16 of a mile to go, and she begins to scoot away from Jill's a Hot Mess, who won't go away. But now Laubon on a Prayer begins to draw off. Laubon on a Prayer and Kendrick Carmouche are strolling past the 16th pole.
Well, Dick, there was no question about it. In fact, this filly did this easily.
Yes.
Laubon on a Prayer ends up drawing off to win by 8 lengths at even money, pays $4 to win. Danny Velasquez with his 4th stakes victory up in New York in the past 6 weeks. And Dick, you talk about a trainer that's on a roll. He has 2 terrific-looking 2-year-olds that he could do something with here.
Yeah, and she's very expensive at the sale. She cost all of $15,000. So yeah, I mean, Danny may be going to try Open Company with her. Obviously, Brooklyn Strong is going to have to be on the Derby Trail just to see where he fits. So lots to look forward to in 2021. And both horses will be stabled here at Parks.
Well, we had a chance to catch up with our man Danny V, and he talks about the big wins over the weekend.
So, Dan, there's weekends and then there's a weekend you just had. Let's talk about Saturday first. The Remsen, your first graded stakes win. What was that like?
I'm still on cloud 9. I mean, the last 24, 48 hours has been just a whirlwind. Obviously, when your owner calls you and says they just bought a $5,000 2-year-old, you don't expect to go and win the Remsen, yet alone win a greatest stake. So yeah, it's been emotional. It's been a good roller coaster, but I'm happy to be on it.
So when you win the Remsen, there's only one thought. 2021, they're going to run a race in May in Kentucky. What's the plan?
Right now, the plan, like I've been telling everybody, we're just trying to stay healthy. Obviously, there's the Whitney, the Gotham, possibly the Florida Derby. At this point, we're just trying to stay healthy and come back from there.
And will he be here this winter?
I'm going to have him here this winter, yeah.
So Parks will have a horse on the Derby Trail one way or another with Brooklyn Strong.
And Brooklyn Strong, absolutely. And then if we're lucky, we got Lioban, we can maybe make her go on the Oaks Trail.
So back to Brooklyn Strong, when your owner calls you, the sale was in June, right? Is that right? It was late?
I think it was a postponed sale, yeah.
Right,
it was late June, if I'm not mistaken.
So it was in June, and he says, hey, we're going to bid on this horse at $5,000. Or had you even seen the horse? Did you see
no,
pictures?
No, he sent me pictures.
Okay.
He sent me pictures, and I just said, listen, just make sure he's correct, and we'll go from there. And he goes, okay, yeah, we pay $5,000. We.
And when did you start realizing, hey, he's a New York bred, but he's not just a horse who's going to win a race or two. This is a good horse.
We started putting him against, I think later on in his training, right before he ran, we broke him out of the gate. We took him to the gate to get him okayed. Mm-hmm. And I can't remember exactly who or what, but I remember we hooked older company. And they said, do you want to go with these older horses? My horse is a winner, blah, blah. We broke out of the gate and we absolutely smoked him. And I'm going, okay, this horse has some sort of talent. I don't know what, but he definitely has talent. So we went ahead and tried to enter him in the main special weight races at Delaware. The races just weren't going. We entered him for the tag of maiden 40, going long. Mm-hmm. And everybody's like, oh, you're going to run a first-time starter long. I said, this horse just tells me that this is what he wants. And he absolutely just did the first time, just choom, got the money.
There's no chance anybody's claiming a horse for 40 that was bought for 5. Was that your theory?
Yeah, my theory was, listen, we just paid $5,000 2 months ago, whatever it was. If they give us 40, at the time, I thought, it's a score. Sure. Now I won't take 40, obviously.
Are you getting any offers? Is the owner getting offers?
Yeah, we are getting offers, absolutely. Yeah.
And are you going to be able to stay in on it if there are offers taken or to be determined?
We've had a couple offers on the table as far as just trying to buy 75%, letting me and Mark keep a piece, and even as far as letting me still train the horse. So yeah, there's been a couple offers on the table, but obviously there's just offers.
So we saw your great emotion after you won the races up on the New York Showcase Day.
Yes.
On Saturday, when you're in the stretch, you're trying to run down the favorite, the $400,000 horse. What were you thinking as you're watching that at Aqueduct?
I'm thinking, oh my God, I might win me a grade 2. I might win me a grade 2. And then as the race progressed and I saw Brooklyn on the outside really laying down his head, I said, we're going to get him, because I just know this horse has grunt. Mm-hmm. And I just knew in my gut, I'm like, we got it. And boom, he got him right on the wire. And I get really excited talking about him, and this is a dream come true. And obviously we just got to stay healthy, and I would love to take this horse to the Derby, obviously.
So it was Parks Day on Saturday. Not only do you win, then your buddy Kendrick wins his first grade 1 of his career. Were you still around, or were you gone by that time?
I was already gone, but I watched it on the computer, on my iPad. Yeah, no, I was elated. I texted him right away. I said, you know what, you bring that energy for tomorrow. And he did.
Right, which is what I was going to get to. So the next day you come back in the New York bred, $250,000, Lioban on a Prayer, who ran that same day as Brooklyn Strong. She didn't just win, she annihilated the field. Yeah. How good is she?
Yeah, you know what? It was a New York bred race, so I still think she has some. I still think she has to prove herself a little more. Mm-hmm. Brooklyn did it because it was open company. But nonetheless, when you watch a filly win that dominantly, you know moving forward, you got something special.
So you're thinking you got going to have 2 horses here in the wintertime, and you're going to look for some of the 3-year-old filly races too, wherever they might be, leading up to maybe the Kentucky Oaks.
My main concern right now is, even if with the track or whatever come January, February, sometimes the track, because I have no pressure of having to point these horses anywhere. I could just lay them up a little bit and keep them healthy and then bring them in fresh. So I think we're going to let weather, health decide the way we take,
Dan, your dad's in the Hall of Fame here. He's won over 1,000 races. Yeah. What's it like for him to see you doing this?
Man, it almost feels like, he told me, it almost feels like he's doing it. He called me the first time when I won my first stake race in October, and then followed it up 30 minutes later winning another stake race. He was in tears, and I've never seen him cry in my life ever, but I heard him on the phone choked up, and that choked me up, and let's just say we were all crying. It's just a very emotional thing. This game, you put so much sacrifice. You sacrifice everything sometimes, and these moments are unbelievable.
Well, Dick, you have to know that Danny V has looked up to his dad for a long time. And his dad has to be very proud right now.
Yeah, he is. As Danny just said, his dad felt like he was training these horses. It's something he's always wanted to do in his career. Of course, he's in the Parks Hall of Fame with over 1,000 winners.
So we hope Danny continues his success here as he heads into 2021. Dick, you talked about the Cigar Mile.
Yes.
Well, that's up next. Grade 1 race up at Aqueduct at a mile over the sloppy track, $250,000 purse. Favorite is number 1, Performer, who gets bet down at 4-5 for trainer Shug McGahee. Dick, he really came into his own last year at the end of his 3-year-old season. Is coming off 5 consecutive victories. But Dick, there's some big breaks in his performances here.
Right, that's the issue. Why is there so many different layoffs? But obviously on the numbers, I mean, his last 3 numbers, 95, 102, 98, those are numbers that are obviously should win the race.
So you get 4-5 on the favorite. The second choice, how about this? Number 6, King Guillermo is back. It's been a long time. He's 3-1 for trainer Juan Avila at Tampa Bay back in the early part of the spring. He won the Tampa Bay Derby at 49-1. And Dick, we've only seen him 1 time since then.
Right, he ran in the Arkansas Derby first Saturday in May. They wanted to run him, obviously, in the Kentucky Derby. He just had some issues, and he had more issues. They wanted to get him in the Preakness. So he's finally back. I was surprised he got bet like he did against this field, but he did.
Well, it's the Grade 1 Cigar Mile who will find the winner's circle.
Mr. Buff, King Guillermo, they remain 1-2. True Timber is just off them in third. Then it is Snapper Sinclair in fourth. Performer is beginning to pick it up now from fifth. He's drawn within 4.5 lengths of the lead. And the trailer is Bone Raison. The new leader is True Timber as the field heads for home. 3/4 went in 1:11. It's True Timber in front by almost 3 lengths. Then Snapper Sinclair. Performer is out in the middle of the track as they pass the 8th pole. It's True Timber now in front by almost 5.
Well, Dick, no Performer, no King Guillermo. How about number 8, True Timber, who is 7-1 here for trainer Jack Sisterson. And he'll talk about the jockey here in just a moment aboard True Timber. Got a great trip, draws off to win by 5.5 lengths. Convincing, emphatic victory, $16.60 to win. And Dick, take it from here.
Yeah, True Timber was 0 for 19 in stakes, and Kendrick Carmouche, who has made a career out of giving horses great rides. This was a classic. 2 horses in front, battling. He's third. He's 3 clear of the 4th horse. He knew what he had the whole way. And this, talk about emotional wins, was the first Grade 1 win of Kendrick's great career in ride number 20,377. He's won over 3,000 races. Certainly one of the very best to ever ride here at Parks. And everybody was thrilled for Kendrick to win his first Grade 1.
Dick, you talk about perseverance, you talk about dedication, and you talk about it paying off. That's what happened this past weekend for Kendrick.
Yeah, no doubt. And he won the Aqueduct Fall Meet. The very next day, he clinched that, winning that other race for Danny V. And on Let's Go Racing Parks.com, this is what I wrote about this week, the Danny V days and the Kendrick winning a Grade 1. So it was a great weekend up at Aqueduct for Parks alums and Parks trainers that were here right now.
And Dick, you and I talked about it off the air. There's just few people around here that we've met over the years that have been any better to us, any nicer a person than Kendrick Carmouche.
Yeah, I think if you said, give me the guy who you like the most that you've ever dealt with at this racetrack, Kendrick would be right at the top of my list.
Well, Kendrick, from all of us here on Let's Go Racing, congratulations on a great moment. Let's get to our next break. We come back here on Let's Go Racing. Wonder who the jockey and trainer of the week are going to be this week. Want to take a guess? That's coming up after this.
Turning for Home is a nonprofit that has provided nearly 2,800 former racehorses with a safe retirement. The program was created through the foresight of the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association.
We all love animals, and to give back to something that helps us so much, it's a great thing.
Responding to the need for a better system that addressed the uncertain future for the retiring equine population at Parks Racing, the PTHA rallied horsemen to support the program.
These horses can do anything from hunter jumpers to western to therapeutic riding.
Turning for Home became the first on-track retirement program at a year-round racetrack.
We want to make sure that our horses that have run so well for us over the years get the great opportunity to get a new vocation.
Out of everything that we've done in Pennsylvania for racing, I think that's the thing we can be most proud of.
If you would like to help these amazing animals find a great second career and forever home, please give us a call or contact us at
Welcome back, everyone, to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing. Time for the Jockey and Trade of the Week, brought to you by the great Turning for Home program. Log on to their website, get involved with turningforhome.org, and Dick Kendrick Carmouche is our Jockey of the Week.
I would hope so.
Again, congratulations, Kendrick, on a milestone victory after all those rides, and a great ride to win with True Timber. And Dick, Danny Velasquez is our Trader of the Week. And Dick, I mean, you talk about a trader on a roll.
Yes.
I mean, you win that many stakes in that short period of time. One other thing I wanted to mention about Danny, he has become one of the best claiming trainers here at the track. When he claims a horse, that first start back off a claim, he has a tremendous percentage.
Yeah, he does. And look, that's where he was, but now all of a sudden he's taking these horses that are costing almost nothing and making them integrated stakes winners. So the future is very bright for young Danny V.
Well, let's get to race recap. It's brought to you by Pewter Stable. Log on to their website at pewterstable.com and become an owner today. Let's go to Los Alamitos for the Grade 1 Starland against 2-year-old fillies. Dick, the favorite here at number 3, Princess Nor for Bob Baffert, off at a price of 3 to 5. And Dick, last time out, she was beaten in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies. Dick, at top of the stretch, she looks like a winner, but then takes a bad step.
Right, she gets pulled up. Fortunately, it was a soft tissue injury. She has been retired, but yeah, Baffert's going to win the race, but with Varda, the 5, a 17 to 1 shot. And Baffert's going to run second with an 11 to 1 shot. The 1, Calypso. Keith, this is a 68 buyer figure in a Grade 1 stakes race. But yeah, thankfully, Princess Nor, Victor did a great job of pulling her up. We won't see her racing anymore, but given those bloodlines and the fact that she cost $1.35 million, she'll obviously be bred to a good stallion.
Vert at $37.80 to win. Eye on Racing, Dick. The championship meet is back at Gulfstream Park, and they have 4 graded stakes on the program later today.
Yeah, look, it's one of our great meets. It obviously culminates with the Florida Derby, the final big Derby prep, which we hope will actually be in May this year, Keith, if everything goes according to plan. And the Pegasus World Cup, of course, on January 23rd. And love the Gulfstream meet. It's kind of one of my deals. I would love to spend that whole winter down there one time. Wouldn't that be fun? Maybe we could take the show down there, Bruce. What do you think?
Well, Dick, as we talked about last time, all of the Florida racing is now at Gulfstream Park. So time to head to our final break. We'll wrap it up with news and notes. We'll be right back after this.
If you want action and you want it now, you got to get the new Parks Racing mobile app. Wager and watch thoroughbred and harness racing from around the world. With the Parks Racing mobile app, it's easy to open and fund your account. Then place your wagers and cheer on your horse as they thunder down the stretch. With the Parks Racing mobile app, you'll easily make withdrawal requests, view the previous day's replays and results. Plus, open any new account now and you'll be automatically enrolled in the Parks Rewards program. The more you wager, the more you earn. Get the new Parks Racing mobile app and get in on the action.
Welcome back, everyone, to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing News and Notes. Our final segment is brought to you by the Granny Fund. Get involved with that continued education on the backstretch and do it in one place, and that's the Granny Fund. Bruce Casella, Danny Gibson, Dick Girardi, Keith Jones, and Dick, next week is going to be my last show here on Let's Go Racing.
Yeah, the Keith Jones finale. Do not miss it. We will be honoring Keith, obviously. We will announce who will be in that chair in 2021, and we will say goodbye to our good friend as he heads for Texas.
Well, Dick, that's next week, and hope I'll be ready.
You'll be ready.
We'll come out and enjoy live racing Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 12:25. Thanks for watching. See you next week on Let's Go Racing.